Commander Jake Morrison stood at the observation deck of the space station Aurora Prime, watching the diplomatic vessels dock below. 3 months had passed since humanity first made contact with the Galactic Council, and today marked the most crucial negotiation in human history. The Council had agreed to consider Earth's application for membership, but only after extensive cultural exchanges and evaluations. The airlock hissed open, and delegates from 12 different species emerged. Jake's breath caught as he spotted her among the procession. Princess Lyra of the Viridian Empire moved with fluid grace, her elongated ears marking her as one of the ancient elf-like species that had mastered interstellar travel millennia before humans discovered fire. Her skin held a subtle blue luminescence, and her silver hair cascaded past her shoulders like liquid starlight. "She's beautiful," whispered Lieutenant Emma Collins, Jake's communications officer. Jake nodded silently, unable to look away. Over the past weeks of preliminary meetings, he had found himself increasingly drawn to the princess. Her intelligence matched her beauty, and she possessed a curiosity about human culture that seemed genuine rather than diplomatic courtesy. The formal sessions began in the council chamber, a vast circular room with holographic displays showing Earth's technological progress, cultural achievements, and military capabilities. Ambassador Catherine Hayes led the human delegation, presenting humanity's case for galactic citizenship. "The humans show promise," declared Chancellor Vex of the reptilian hegemony, his scaled features impassive. "However, their aggressive tendencies concern many council members." Princess Lyra stood, her voice melodious yet commanding. "If I may address the council, I have observed something remarkable about humanity during our exchanges. They possess what they call adaptive resilience. When faced with impossible odds, they do not simply survive. They innovate. They grow stronger." Jake felt his pulse quicken as she continued. 3 days ago, when our joint scientific team encountered the quantum cascade failure in Sector 7, it was Commander Morrison who devised the solution that saved all our lives. His approach was unorthodox by our standards, yet brilliantly effective. The memory flashed through Jake's mind. The experimental quantum drive had begun destabilizing, threatening to create a spatial rift that would have destroyed the station. While the alien scientists debated complex mathematical solutions, Jake had suggested a simple manual override, essentially turning the device off and on again, but with precise timing based on human intuition rather than calculations. "This is what humans call thinking outside the box," Princess Lyra explained to the assembly. "They see solutions where others see only problems. This perspective could benefit the entire galaxy." Over the following days, as negotiations continued, Jake found opportunities to speak privately with Princess Lyra. They walked through the station's botanical gardens, where earth flowers grew alongside exotic plants from across the galaxy. "Your people fascinate me," she admitted during one such stroll. "On Viridia, we have achieved harmony and perfection over thousands of years. Yet there is something vibrant about human unpredictability. You create art from chaos. Find hope in desperation." "Sometimes chaos is all we have," Jake replied. "We learn to make the best of it." She paused beside a cluster of earth roses, their red petals stark against the alien blue moss beneath. "There is beauty in that struggle. My people have forgotten what it means to truly strive for something." The formal negotiations reached a critical juncture when the mechanical collective raised objections about human emotion-based decision-making. Their representative, a towering robotic entity designated Prime Unit 7, argued that emotional responses made humans unreliable allies. "Observe," Prime Unit 7 projected holographic data. "Human history shows numerous instances of irrational behavior driven by fear, anger, and other emotional states. How can the Council trust species that cannot control their base impulses?" Before Ambassador Hayes could respond, an emergency alert echoed through the chamber. A massive asteroid had broken apart near the station, sending debris on a collision course with the diplomatic vessels. The automated defense systems had malfunctioned, and calculations showed the alien ships would be destroyed within 18 minutes. While the various delegates debated evacuation procedures and contacted their home fleets, Jake was already moving. He gathered his team and commandeered the nearest human patrol craft, a small vessel considered primitive by galactic standards, but capable of rapid maneuvering. "Sir, the math doesn't work," called out pilot Rebecca Torres as they launched. "We can't possibly intercept all the debris fragments in time." "Then we don't intercept them," Jake replied, his mind racing. "We redirect them. Using the patrol craft's mining charges, originally intended for asteroid processing, Jake's team began detonating strategic points along the debris field. Rather than destroying the fragments, they altered their trajectories, causing them to collide with each other and break into smaller, less dangerous pieces. It was dangerous, improvised, and completely contrary to standard safety protocols. It also worked perfectly. As the last fragments burned harmlessly in the station's atmosphere, the various delegations watched in stunned silence. Prime Unit. Seven's mechanical voice finally broke the quiet. Emotional response time, 1.3 seconds. Calculated optimal response time, 847 seconds. Human efficiency rating, unprecedented. Princess Lyra turned to the assembled council. "This is what I have been trying to explain. Humans do not simply react. They adapt and overcome. Their emotions are not weaknesses, but strengths that drive them to impossible achievements." That evening, as the council voted unanimously to welcome humanity into the galactic community, Jake found himself alone with Princess Lyra on the observation deck where this all began. "You spoke for us today," he said. "Thank you." "I spoke the truth," she replied, moving closer to the window. "Your species brings something precious to the galaxy. Hope." Jake studied her profile in the starlight, feeling a deep ache in his chest. Soon she would return to Viridia, and he would likely never see her again. The words slipped out before he could stop them. "I wish I could marry her," he whispered, thinking she couldn't hear. Princess Lyra turned slowly, her luminous eyes meeting his. A gentle smile played across her lips. "Yes," she said simply. Jake's heart stopped. What?" "Yes, Jake Morrison of Earth. I accept your proposal." Her smile widened as confusion and hope warred across his features. "Did you think I had not been hoping for exactly those words?" "But you're a princess, and I'm just—" "You are a human," she interrupted, "and I have learned that being human means being capable of anything." As their hands touched and the stars wheeled overhead, Jake realized that sometimes the impossible was just another word for inevitable.